The IELTS speaking test can be a nerve-wracking experience, especially if you're not familiar with the format and structure of the test. However, with some preparation and practice, you can improve your chances of success. One of the most important things to keep in mind when preparing for the IELTS speaking test is to avoid common mistakes that many test takers make. In this video, we'll explore 6 common mistakes to avoid in the IELTS speaking test. Not understanding the question. One of the most common mistakes that test takers make is not understanding the question. It is important to listen carefully to the question and make sure you understand what the examiner is asking you. If you don't understand the question, ask the examiner to repeat it or clarify it for you. Failing to give a complete answer. Another common mistake is failing to give a complete answer to the question. It is important to answer the question fully and provide specific details and examples to support your answer. Don't be afraid to elaborate on your answer and provide additional information if necessary. Using inappropriate language. Using inappropriate language can also be a mistake in the IELTS speaking test. It is important to use language that is appropriate for the context and audience. Avoid using slang or overly casual language, and make sure to use proper grammar and sentence structure. Speaking too fast or too slow. Speaking too fast or too slow can also be a mistake in the IELTS speaking test. It is important to speak at a natural pace and rhythm, and to use appropriate intonation and stress. Take your time to think about your answers, and don't rush through them. Not using the full allotted time. Another mistake that test takers make is not using the full allotted time for each part of the test. It is important to pace yourself and make sure you use the full time to answer each question. Don't finish your answer too quickly and leave extra time on the clock. Not practicing enough. Finally, not practicing enough can also be a mistake in the IELTS speaking test. It is important to practice speaking English as much as possible before the test, and to practice answering questions in the format of the IELTS speaking test. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will be with the format and structure of the test. In conclusion, the IELTS speaking test can be a challenging experience, but with some preparation and practice, you can improve your chances of success. By avoiding common mistakes such as not understanding the question, failing to give a complete answer, using inappropriate language, speaking too fast or too slow, not using the full allotted time, and not practicing enough, you can give yourself the best possible chance of achieving a high score on the IELTS speaking test.